delighted to introduce Gia Jurasik to you, one of our high school equivalency students and one of tonight's scholarship recipients. She is committed to a different course for her life. She will share her story. Please welcome Gia.
I am happy to speak tonight and would like to thank all of the family and friends who are here to help us celebrate this huge achievement. I would also like to thank all of the teachers, staff, and volunteers who helped us throughout this journey. In January 2013, I started classes at the Adult Education and Literacy program here at SCC. Throughout the year, many obstacles came up that threatened my chances of finishing my test before the end of the year, but I was determined not to let all of my hard work go to waste. I completed my GED in November. I am the oldest of 6 kids and had to grow up fast. My mom was very loving, but the guidance necessary to do well in school was non-existent. My father only worked enough to keep his job. Many times growing up, I came home from school only to find out that one utility or another had been shut off, and we moved multiple times. When I was at school, I was more concerned with whether my brothers and sisters had food than with what the teacher was saying. When I came home, I spent my time taking care of my siblings, and homework rarely crossed my mind. School simply wasn't a priority. As soon as I was old enough, I got a job to help support my family financially, and my first check went to pay a water bill. As time went on, I went to school less and less. I can't remember if I went to school even one day at 11th grade. A month before my 18th birthday, I gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. For years, I spent all my time working at a 24-hour restaurant and taking care of my daughter as a single mom. I worked at least 6 days a week, and there was even a period of time when I worked all 3 shifts every week, both serving and cooking, to make extra money. There were other times I worked a second job for the same reason. Shortly after I married, my husband and I decided it would be good for my daughter and stepson if I became a stay-at-home mom. While I knew that staying at home was good for my kids, I also knew that I wanted to do more than stay home once they got a little older. One evening, I decided it was time to get my GED. The very next day, I researched to find out what I needed to do in order to make that happen, and then I called and enrolled. On the first day of orientation, as I dropped my kids off at school and rushed to school myself, I had no idea that I was about to learn things that would dramatically change my life forever. I got to the classroom, took my seat, and soon Jeanette was filling us with information. Information about the history of the GED, what we could expect, what would be expected of us, and much more. As I sat there listening and taking notes, I heard her say words that struck me like lightning. She told us that if we got a high score on our test, we would be eligible for scholarships. I hadn't even realized that you could go to college with a GED. While I knew that having a GED was better than nothing, I walked in thinking it wasn't much better. I shared the stigma that many have, that getting a GED isn't much better than being a dropout. I left that first day with the realization that I was wrong. Having a GED really is just as good as having a high school diploma. The idea that I could go to college is what changed everything for me. I immediately knew that I was going to study and work as hard as I could to get a high score. I remembered how much I loved math and science. I wanted to apply for scholarships. I wanted to go to college. I wanted to get a degree so I could become part of the science community. Right away, dreams that I had buried deep inside long ago started to flood back into my mind. I'm sure I buried them because I figured they could never be anything more than dreams since I didn't finish high school. I knew it would be a long, hard road, and there would be many obstacles. But I also knew I was willing to do whatever it took in order to make those dreams a reality. I was more excited than I had ever been in my life. I came to class, took many practice tests, wrote many practice essays, and achieved my goal of passing with a score above what was needed to apply for scholarships. I worked on my scholarship essays for days and days and turned them in at the beginning of March. When I was told that I would hear something at the end of May or beginning of June, that sounded so far away. At the end of March, I took College 101 here at SCC. One evening in the middle of April, my husband called me as I was leaving class. He had just checked the mail and told me that I got a letter from the school. It said that I had been awarded the Board of Trustees Scholarship, which would fully cover my tuition for 4 semesters at St. Charles Community College. I was so happy, and I was at a loss for words. It finally felt like my hard work was paying off. Now, I am taking advantage of the free engineering transfer program offered here at St. Charles Community College. I am currently taking a summer class, and I am already enrolled for the fall. Because I made the decision to get my GED, I was able to turn my dreams into goals, and now I am turning those goals into a reality. There was a study in which graduating high school seniors took the GED, and 40% did not pass. I did a bit of research on this statistic in order to share more details about the study with you. Over a 3-year period, about 20,000 graduating high school seniors from almost 700 schools took the GED version of the test in order to compare GED test takers' performance with the performance of high school seniors. The test covers 5 subject areas that are further broken down into content and cognitive levels. The graduating seniors and those successfully passing the GED test performed equally in 2 of the content areas. When it came to the other 21 content areas and all 18 cognitive levels, the GED test passers outperformed the graduating high school seniors by what the study called a statistically significant amount. To me, this proves the validity of the GED, and it reinforces the idea that the GED is not the just good enough diploma. As I was preparing for this speech, I found a quote by Derek Jeter that made me smile. He said, "You don't just accidentally show up to the World Series." For my peers and for me, the success we are here to celebrate happened because of us. Our ambition and dedication, our determination and self-discipline, our perseverance and commitment, our desire to succeed and better ourselves, and our willingness to put in the hard work and effort needed to do so. We didn't just accidentally show up here. Yes, there were resources that we took advantage of. There were teachers and many others who helped us along the way, but we made the choice to show up for each class. We made the choice to schedule and show up for each test. We made the choice to take advantage of those resources, the same resources that are available to anyone who wants more for themselves and to better their lives. We wanted more, and for that, we should be proud. And to my peers, enjoy that feeling of pride. This is our day, and we deserve it. Thank you.